Some lines aren't crossed all at once. They blur, slowly, quietly, until one day you realize you're already on the other side. Not because you planned it, but because it felt natural. Welcome to DollBaby After Dark, where sometimes the most dangerous lines aren't physical, they're emotional. Let me ask you something. Have you ever told yourself, this is nothing, we're just talking, it's not that serious, but deep down you knew it was becoming more? Not all at once, not dramatically, just a quiet shift you couldn't quite explain. Tonight we're talking about that shift, crossing the line emotionally, and how sometimes you don't even realize it's happening until you're already in it. Let's go back to the beginning, because emotional lines don't break, they bend, and they bend so gradually your mind doesn't even register it. One conversation turns into two turns into every night, and suddenly this person knows things about you that even your closest people don't. Your thoughts, your fears, your unfiltered moments. And you tell yourself it's nothing. But that's not nothing. That's something. And the moment you started calling it nothing is exactly when it started becoming everything. Here's what most people don't understand. Emotional intimacy is powerful, more powerful than people expect, because your brain doesn't separate it the way you think it does. When you feel understood, when someone really sees you, your body responds. It releases the same bonding chemicals that physical connection does. You feel closer, more connected, more alive. And your nervous system doesn't pause to ask if it's appropriate. It just knows, it feels good, and it wants more. That's where the blur begins. You start sharing. At first, small things, then deeper things, then the things you've never said out loud, and they do the same. And now, there's a space, just yours, a rhythm, an understanding, inside jokes, late conversations, a world that exists between the two of you. And the scariest part, it doesn't feel wrong, it feels right. That's what makes it dangerous. So let's pause. I want you to think about someone right now. Could be a coworker, a friend, someone online, someone who started as nothing. Ask yourself, do you feel a shift when they reach out? Do you think about what to say before you say it? Do you share things with them you haven't shared elsewhere? Do they occupy space in your mind more than you expected? If any of that landed, stay with me, because this is where it gets real. There's a term for this, emotional affair. And no, it doesn't require anything physical, but it still matters, because research shows people often experience emotional betrayal as more painful than physical betrayal. Why? Because it's not just about what happened, it's about where your heart went, where your attention went, where your inner world was shared. And once that's given, you can't take it back. But here's the nuance. Not every deep connection is wrong. Not every meaningful bond is a threat. And that's what makes this complicated, because the line isn't always obvious, which is exactly why we need to talk about it. Because avoiding it doesn't protect you. It just leaves you navigating it without awareness. Your body already knows. You just have to listen. Here are the signals. First, secrecy. If you're hiding the depth of the connection, that's something to look at. Second, comparison. If you've started measuring your real relationship against this connection, something has shifted, because one is real with history and weight, and the other exists in moments. That's not a fair comparison, and you know it. Third, emotional withdrawal. If you're pulling away from people who matter to give more energy to someone else, that's not neutral, that's a choice, even if it doesn't feel like one. And here's the one that hits deepest. You've started narrating your life to them. Something happens, and they're the first person you think of. That's intimacy. And when intimacy shifts directions, something else loses it. Now let's be honest. Most people don't go looking for this. They don't wake up and decide to cross a line. They're lonely or unseen or disconnected from something they used to feel. And then someone shows up and meets that need. And it feels like relief, like energy, like something waking up again. And that's human. Not a flaw, not a failure, just human. But here's where it matters: awareness. Because when you see it, you have a choice. And choice is power. Not control, not judgment, just clarity. The ability to decide what you want to do with what you now understand. So tonight, I'm not asking you to explain anything. Not to me, not to anyone else, just to yourself. Where in your life are you calling something nothing when part of you already knows it's something? Sit with that. You don't have to answer out loud, but you do have to be honest. Because honesty, especially the uncomfortable kind, that's where clarity lives. The most dangerous lines aren't obvious. They don't look like walls. They look like open doors. Doors you walk through slowly, willingly, without realizing you left something behind. You're already here, which means something in you needed this tonight, and I'm glad you stayed. This is DollBaby After Dark, and we're just getting started.